Chapter 26. 7 police cars and 4 normal vehicles lined up along East Street. Altogether, there were almost 30 people armed with shotguns, automatics, and hunting rifles. Carl and Jerry led the small army around the house to the backyard. Everyone that was inside the house watched from the window as the armed vigilantes made their way around back. JJ, Bubba, and their friends immediately went to their Hummer, Todd and Jane in tow. "How much hardware did you bring?" Todd asked. "Joey wasn't specific, so we brought everything," JJ said. He and his friends opened the trunk and they took out bulletproof vests, AR-15s, and Beretta M9s. Todd looked at the artillery his oldest nephew brought. Feeling the need to do the same, he rushed back into the house, went straight to the safe in his office, and pulled out his hunting rifle and a box of ammo. "Joey, I need you to stay with Jane," he called, returning to the living room. A minute passed with no answer. "Joey?" He looked around but couldn't find him. Jane rushed in and saw the rifle. "Todd, what are you doing?" "I'm going out there." He called for Joey once more with no answer. "Have you seen Joey?" "No, I haven't," Jane said. "Let me grab my gun. I'm coming with you." Todd stopped her. "No. Please stay here." "He's my son too," Jane argued. "This is not up for discussion," Todd yelled. "Please." Jane glared at him. "At least watch the house," Todd said calmly. Jane's eyes began to water. "If that thing comes here and you don't, I'll blow its fucking head off." Todd held her in his arms. "I love you. I love you too." He turned and walked to the back door, stopping just as he reached the handle. A feeling of realization came over him. Joey was gone, and Spazzy and Coco were nowhere to be seen. He took the dogs, he thought. Spazzy and Coco weren't exactly hunting dogs, but they were more than willing to help Joey find East. At least, he hoped they wanted to help, and weren't just wanting to go for a walk. "Come on, East. Where did you go?" he thought. Coco caught wind of something and whimpered to Joey and Spazzy, who took the lead and pulled them to the left. Joey almost considered letting them off the leash, but he didn't want to risk them getting hurt. "Hold up, you two," he said. Spazzy suddenly yanked the leash out of his hands and took off. "Damn it, Spazzy!" Joey and Coco chased after him. They soon found the husky pit mix circling around a set of trees. "What'd you find, boy?" he asked. He grabbed the leash and looked up to try and see what Spazzy was after. All he could see was the dark cloud above them, but nothing out of the ordinary, until that chill crawled up his spine. He turned around, and there was East. Spazzy and Coco immediately ran up to him.
"Go home, Joey. Take the dogs and go,"
East said coldly. "Not happening. I told you I know where that thing was. I'm staying with you." East stepped closer. Joey felt his red eyes staring him down. They stayed like that for a second before East suddenly kicked him back. At first, he wasn't sure why he would do something like that. That was until he saw the hatchet stuck in a nearby tree. "How do you know that was coming?" Joey asked. East didn't answer, because he didn't know how he knew. Both the cousins and the dogs looked to where it was thrown to see the creature rushing towards them. It swung its antler hand at them, only to miss. East shoved it against a tree, delivering punch after punch. The thing punched him in the gut and kicked him off. Joey ran to him. "East!" The creature raised its antlers to gut him, but East pulled out a sai from his coat and used it to block its antler. He pulled his second sai and stabbed it in the shoulder. Spazzy and Coco jumped in by biting the creature in the leg. The thing thrashed around, trying to push them all off. When it finally threw the dogs off and kicked East back, it pried the sai out of its body. East got back up and charged. He grabbed it by the throat and reeled back to take a swing. The creature ducked, and his fist smashed through a tree. Briefly, he observed the blood and splinters in his hand before turning back to the fight. The creature pulled the hatchet out from the tree it was stuck in and tried to swing it at Spazzy as the dog lunged. At the last second, East blocked it with his sai. "Joey, get the dogs out of here!" he ordered. Joey grabbed the dogs' leashes and tried to pull them away as East and the creature fought. "Joey! East!" Todd's nearby voice caught his attention. Joey dragged the dogs through the woods until he saw his uncle along with several armed men and women. "Jesus Christ, Joey, what the fuck were you thinking?" Todd asked. "I'm sorry. I couldn't leave East." "Where is he now?" JJ asked. Joey pointed to East in the distance, still fighting the creature. Bubba looked through the scope of his rifle to get a better look. He saw the thing flip East to the ground. "You got a shot?" JJ asked. "I got it." Bubba fired one shot that hit the creature in the chest. The thing stumbled back before running deeper into the woods. Todd ran over to his son to help him up. "East, are you all right?" East brushed his hand off and went after the creature. Jerry arrived with 3 other officers in tow. "Did you see it?" he asked. Todd nodded. "Yeah." East went after it. "What the fuck was that thing?" Bub asked. I don't know, but it doesn't matter, Todd said. Carl's voice came over Jerry's walkie. Jerry, do you copy? This is Jerry. Did you find that thing? He asked. It got away. East went after it. Follow him. The rest of us will catch up, Carl ordered. Copy that. Jerry looked at the current group with him. Then he looked at the dogs. How good can those dogs track?